Hello, and welcome to Reviews You Can Use, and episode 3 of my 5-part series on reviewing my high school, and the issue of bullying. Today's episode is going to focus on schools administrations and their failure to help students and why this is the case. Schools in general are out of control, just a horrible mess, and it seems to be all over the United States. Just this week, the high school in Brockton, Massachusetts made a request to the state to have the National Guard brought in order to get control of the school. Just think about that. The school had to request the National Guard. It sounds bad, but what I hear is at least they are trying to fix things, which is a lot more than most other schools. My school does not need the National Guard, but it is out of control. Students run the show and have no respect for teachers, other students, or the administration. Most of this is born out of the bang-up job their parents are doing. If you are a parent watching this and you are insulted, then you are one of the ones I am talking about. The main issue schools have is that the administration of schools have their priorities backwards. They now live in a world where the state wants high test scores on standardized testing and nice numbers on discipline. That means students don't get detentions and they don't get suspension, even for violent, sexist, homophobic, and racial issues. Administrations don't want to have to answer questions from the state about why they suspended a student. Hell, it's almost impossible to fail class because administrations don't want those numbers going to the state. Instead, they would rather tell the teacher to remove the failing grade and give the student a second chance, or a 100th chance. Take a look at my school's state report card, 2.5% suspension rate. Now, we don't know if that's a 2.5% off the kids were suspended or 2.5% off the days. But let's say that is students, and we have just over 700 students. That's 14 kids. If they are suspended for fighting, that's 7 fights. 2 kids per fight. That's nothing with the crazy behaviors that go on. Every week, there are kids telling teachers to F off. Kids threatening teachers, spitting on school staff, stealing, harassment, and cheating. I know a group of students who were caught in a planned cheating ring, and the administration chose not to give them any punishment, no suspension, no detention, nothing. The kids admitted to doing it. Make no mistake, these kids had an organized system for cheating. Don't want to report that to the state of Massachusetts. The kids are getting away with it and walking around the school like they own the place, and they do. Talk about a failure on the administration's part. Wonder if they will be there when one of these kids is in front of a judge or a boss later in life confused. They can't do what they want. The school is setting these kids up for a fall. And why? To protect their own asses. Completely. My school administration, like all the rest, lacks the courage to challenge parents. They don't want to call and tell them that their child is a bully because of the pushback from the parent and the state. So they do nothing. Good kids across the country have the same complaint, that the bad kids get to do whatever they want and the good kids get hammered if they do the slightest thing wrong. A great example of this is when I was bullied by the student I refer to as Big Bird. I responded to the student by calling them an a-hole. The administration called me to the office to tell me that while they understand my frustration, they cannot condone my actions. Then they told me I need to find a better way to respond to these kinds of conflicts. Are you effing me? If they did their job from the start, then I would not need to react like I did. This is classic blaming the victim. I guess if we all just rolled over to bullies, we would make everything just fine. What harm could come of that? It's only 4,400 kids a year that kill themselves as a direct result of bullying. But why stop them when the state might get mad at you or you have to deal with parents or even attorneys? Something like that would take a lot of courage and show conviction for your principles. But that's all gone. We can just lie about what is happening and the state is none the wiser. How did these people go from being an educator for children to a go-along, get-along slug? Must be fun for them to look in the mirror each day. Until administrations get some balls, things will not change. So we as kids who have been bullied have to do it ourselves. We should all be posting videos and rocking the boat. Public pressure is an amazing thing. I wonder if my administration knows that it would only take 5 minutes to send the links to these videos to the school committee, the people who pay them. You could do the same thing to help yourself. We don't have to be bullied by other students or the administration. That is the end.